Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Matthew, in your Christmas-fied background there. It's beautiful. And good evening, Kate. Ho, ho, ho. How are you doing?
Good evening. Ho, ho, ho. Lovely.
Good evening, everybody.
So,
Happy Advent, everybody.
oh yeah, thought it would never come, and then it'll come and it'll go so fast. But yeah, Matthew, have you kicked it off with your kids with a daily surprise, or what have they got today?
Yeah, they've got an Advent calendar. There's already been a few arguments because they weren't the same. My youngest has got one with some bit naughty American candy in it. My eldest has got one that gives him a little bit of stationery every day, and he's not that impressed because I think he would have preferred the sweets. So there we go. Family argument already, and it's not even Christmas.
Yes.
All about the chocolate, really, isn't it?
And welcome everybody who's joining us. Merry Christmas, and thank you for joining us on the big Christmas the deluxe case unboxing. And I'm going to hand over to my dear colleague. So you have Matt Smith, my fellow wine guy here. I'm Ray, in case the Irish didn't give it away. But I want to introduce you to Kate Kyo, who works behind the scene like a swan, flapping away underground, but actually delivering beauty and elegance above ground in all of our communication to you. But Kate will be the compere for the evening, and I give way to Kate.
Oh, thank you, Ray, for that lovely warm welcome, and good evening, everyone. It's so nice to see you all in the chat. I'm Kate, and yeah, thank you so much for inviting me along today, guys. So this evening, as you hopefully know by now because you've tuned in, we have a bit of a fun festive evening lined up for you, and hopefully you'll learn a little bit more about all of the wonderful wines in your big Christmas box, your deluxe Christmas collection along the way. So hopefully by now, most of you will have taken delivery of your big box that Ray's modelling so beautifully behind him there. And if you haven't taken delivery yet, it will be on its way very soon. Yeah, so the reason we're sort of putting on this evening tonight is because I don't know about you, but when it comes to Christmas, it's all a bit overwhelming. There are just so many different occasions, foods, people to please, and you get this massive box with loads of amazing wine in it, and it's just really hard to know which wine is perfect for which occasion. So we thought we would kind of invite you guys along and and put your wine guys' knowledge to the test and see what you recommend. But rather than go through every bottle one by one and sort of tell you all about it, we thought that might be a bit boring. So we're going to have a little bit of fun, and since it's Christmas, we've turned it into a bit of a game, a bit of a competition. So yeah, it's the battle of the wine guys. I'm going to adjudicate, and Ray and Matt are going to go head to head. And I've got my notebook here, and I have got 5 festive categories covering kind of lots of different occasions that we've got coming up over the next few weeks. And so for each category, I'm going to invite both Ray and Matt to pick out and sort of delve into their box and pick the perfect bottle for that occasion. And then at the end of each round, we'll have a bit of fun, and we will decide the winner. And because it wouldn't be Christmas without a bit of panto style audience participation, I'd love you, everyone at home, to help us decide. So what's going to happen is at the end of every round, on your screen, a poll will pop up, and you'll be able to vote for whether you think Matt or Ray have put forward the best wine pairing. So yeah, it'll be a bit of fun, very relaxed, but yeah, a fun festive evening. And I can see you're all buzzing. The chat is buzzing with comments from you all. It's lovely to see you all in there. Hi, Kim from Hampshire, Denise from Dumfries and Galloway. So much chat. I will carry that on, please, and pop any questions in there. There's also a Q&A function if you've got any questions about any of the wines, any particular festive wine pairings you've got coming up that you'd like to kind of grill the wine guys on, then yeah, that's what we're here for. But yeah, great to have you, and yeah, let's get cracking, shall we?
Yes, there we go.
Right, so
I think we should.
Category number 1, drum roll. So we're doing this chronologically. So category number 1 is Christmas Eve. Now, whilst you're having a think about what you're going to crack open on Christmas Eve, I will set the scene. So yeah, December the 24th. It's a Saturday this year, which is lovely because we're not going to be having to be at work, which is wonderful. So you've had a lovely day. You've probably been rushing around the shops doing your last minute shopping. You know, you've got the kids tucked up in bed, the mince pies are out for Santa, the turkey's ready to put in the oven the next morning, and yeah, you're about to tuck into a lovely Christmas Eve feast. So I would love to know which bottle in your deluxe Christmas collection you are going to be opening first on Christmas Eve. And Ray, let's go with you for this one.
Okay, well, let me see. So I'm going to take off this big goodie box, put that down for a moment, and have a look inside the case. And I'm going to go with Francois Hasbrook Rockview, and this is it's the Far Side White. So the reason why I'm going to pour it as well, because it's 8 p.m. and I am worthy of a drink today. A taste, let's say a taste. The reason why I select this white, now this is a brand new and crisp and vibrant and refreshing white. So I gave Francois a call back in February, probably earlier this year. And he'd already, if you remember, he had rescued a vineyard that wouldn't be picked, and angels backed him, and we bought 60,000 bottles of Sauvignon Blanc, and in we went. And so Francois has since gone on delivering us a Syrah as well. And I just knew if you gave him a style and a brief, he'd knock it out of the park. A wine that would really lift people at Christmas time. And he delivered. So this is brand new out of 2022 harvest. It's Chenin Blanc, Colombard, and Chardonnay. But the reason why this wine is perfect for Christmas Eve is you will be just coming out of a major flap of whether it's wrapping presents, shopping in the rain, because it often rains on Christmas Eve. Well, certainly I'm in Dublin and it rains in Christmas Eve. But that's all part of the atmosphere as well, because you nip into a pub and you have a pint of Guinness. But when you do get home, and this is the thing to take the edge off, whether the kids have just gone down to sleep and you're just taking it easy yourself, putting your feet up, what you want to do is just a palate cleanser to wind down all the excitement and fuss that you've built up to this point, and set yourself up for Christmas Day the next day. Equally, if the neighbors decide to pop in, or it's planned or unintended, this is a type of white wine that is not too pungent like let's say a vibrant Sauvignon Blanc, or it's not oaky like some heavy oaked wine, Chardonnay or so forth. This is just fresh, light, vibrant, and refreshing. So it's perfect for the people who don't know what they're getting, but it's perfect for you because you deserve it, because you work so hard in the build up to Christmas, and the next day is Christmas Day. That's it.
Oh, you've sold me on that one, Ray. And actually, I can see a few people in the chat have already opened their Rockview. I think Joe and Carol have, Victor, they're already drinking it right now. So yeah, great choice. But if you've already drunk it, hopefully Matt's recommendation will do you proud on Christmas Eve. So Matt, what are you cracking open on Christmas Eve?
Yeah, I've got the perfect alternative for everyone here. First of all, I've got to say, what an absolute cracker this box is this year. It's just chock full of amazing wines. It's so difficult to choose options for tonight. But so in our household, so this year we're going to be driving down to the in-laws there in Southampton. So we're going to get down there mid-afternoon. We'll get there. There's going to be loads of family on my wife's side already there, and it's going to be super hectic. Everyone charging around, making preparations, cooking bits of food for the big day, maybe cooking bits of party food for later. And basically, we've got a lot of family, different tastes, different moods, lots of different foods. So what we need something truly, truly versatile, an absolute crowd pleaser, something that is going to give everyone a glass of pleasure. So I'm going to trust in Stefano de Blasi in his Bianco Trevonizi. You cannot go wrong with this wine. He's a former winemaker of the year for Naked, absolute Italian Don. He's made wine all over Italy, and he has absolutely delivered the goods with this Bianco Trevonizi. So it's from Veneto in northern Italy. It's a blend of Garganega, a bit of Pinot Grigio, a bit of Chardonnay, and basically what you get is a lovely, fresh, floral, delicate white, very elegant, and delicious. Just goes great with any kind of party food that you might be serving. Canapes, great on its own as an aperitif, and maybe with some cheeky little oysters a bit later. Absolutely wash those down a treat. So Stefano's the man. He knows what he's doing. Trust your Christmas Eve in Stefano, and you can't go wrong.
Oh, this is going to be a tough call. I can see lots of people have also cracked open the Trevonizi. Lee's cracked it open. Chris has just made a fantastic suggestion. He said maybe we should do a pre-Christmas box for everyone to drink before you drink the Christmas box, which, I mean, I'm down for that one.
Good shout, that.
I think you call that Naked Wines January to November. That's what that one is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remind me, Kate.
An advent case.
Kate, remind me, is this a head-to-head vote off, or how do what is in it for the viewers?
So what is in it for you guys? There are no prizes for you at the end of this, but that you will get full bragging rights tomorrow in the office, and you'll get all of the glory. For the viewers, you can vote for your favorite wine, or you can vote for your favorite wine guy if you like. Yeah.
Let's not bring that into it.
It's all about the wine.
No, it's all to play for tonight.
Shall I?
Right. Okay. So if you have a look on your screen now, the poll should be live. So just click whichever wine or wine guy's wine you think is the best pairing for Christmas Eve, and if you click submit in a few seconds, we should be able to see our winner of the first round.
Well, hard vote for Sunshine.
Oh, Ray, got it.
Close. It's close, Ray, with the rock view.
I'll give it to Francois. I have to put it down to him. I can't take all the responsibility for the making of this wine and the growing of the grapes, but so thank you for backing Francois.
Or any of it.
It was my idea. I'll let Francois know. Yeah.
My little voice in my ear has also told me, Francois and Ray, you won on Facebook as well. So congratulations. Cracking first round.
On to the next round.
Oh, Victor, that's fantastic. Victor said we really don't need
done,
prizes. I already feel like a winner with the wines I have in my box. Love it. And Jonathan, this has such a lockdown vibe. Yes, it does. We started these unboxings in lockdown, didn't we? Christmas 2020. Yeah. And we just love them so much. It's a bit of a tradition now. We do them every year.
Yeah.
So, are we ready for round number 2?
Yeah, I'll pick myself up off the floor. Go again.
Come on, Matt, you've got this. So, round number 2 is Christmas morning. So you've polished off your bottle of Rockview the night before. You wake up. It's Christmas morning. Wrapping paper everywhere. Complete madness. Your turkey needs to go into the oven, but you're about to rustle up a lovely and really special Christmas morning breakfast. And whether you have, smoked salmon and scrambled eggs, or full English, I mean, please let us know in the chat. I'd love to know what everyone has for breakfast on Christmas Day, because I feel like can be quite varied. So whatever you're about to have for your breakfast, you're going to open a nice bottle of something. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm about a sort of 10, 11 o'clock kind of girl on Christmas morning. Is that allowed? Would love to know what time is acceptable to start drinking as well. Christmas morning, what is the first bottle that you are reaching for in your big Christmas case? Matt, let's go with you for this one first.
Well, I've seen a lot of comments in the chat, so I'm hopeful about this one. A lot of people liking to start the big day with a glass of fizz, and I'm absolutely the same. That is the right answer. Christmas morning is all about the bubbles, isn't it? And it's actually my favourite fizz bottle of the year. I don't tend to drink huge amounts of fizz, but Christmas morning is absolutely essential. You cannot go wrong with a bottle of fizz. Perks you up, wakes you up in the morning. Don't know about you guys, my kids get me up pretty early, so generally I'll wait till about 10 o'clock and I've got a nice bottle of fizz chilling in the fridge, and then we get through the presents with a glass of fizz. So we have got just the ticket for you guys this year, and that is Marshall Richards Cremant de Limoux. Crème Limoux, if you didn't know, is actually the birthplace of fizz. Was invented in Limoux sometime before Champagne. And this is and England, yeah, exactly. And this is a classic method traditionnel, so made in exactly the same way as Champagne. And it's made with Chardonnay, Chenin, and a bit of Mozac, which is the local indigenous grape variety to Limoux. So delicious, biscuity, brioche, very, very classy fizz. It's not Champagne, it's better value for money. Cram full of that sort of nice toasty, biscuity complexity. It's a really stylish, dry, bone dry fizz. Just great way to pep you up in the morning. Great with some smoked salmon. I see a lot of chat with bacon, scrambled egg, smoked salmon, that kind of thing. You cannot go wrong with a bottle of fizz on Christmas morning.
Oh, I think this is going to be a tough one to beat. I think fizz, lots of fizz in the chat. Matt, there's a few people saying Bucks fizz on Christmas morning. Is that a controversial question? Like, would we allowed to add orange juice to our crème de la mou, or is it or should we just savor it in all its glory?
No, absolutely. You can do whatever makes you happy. Actually, Christmas morning, a little burst of vitamin C from some nice, really good quality, freshly squeezed orange juice, not such a bad thing. Maybe you could have a glass of Bucks fizz and then move on to a glass of fizz after. I don't think it's sacrilege. I think, absolutely fair game on Christmas morning.
Brilliant. I'll cheers to that. Oh, Colette just said clementine juice and fizz. That sounds so yummy. Yum.
Ooh, very festive.
Yeah, also getting loads of inspiration for like Christmas day breakfast. John has gammon and eggs, and I love gammon and I love eggs. And Lynn has a Cumberland sausage and scrambled egg roll, I think I saw, which, yeah, God, what a cracking breakfast. My tummy's rumbling.
How the other half live, I'll tell you. Yeah.
Okay, Ray, I don't know how you're going to top this one.
Oh, I've got this.
How are you going to top fizz on Christmas morning?
I have got this. One moment, please. Within the taste of delight and luxuries, the only thing you need on Christmas morning is Frank Massar's Arbequina olive oil. And bear with me a second, bear with me, please. Unless you're pouring milk over soggy cornflakes or anything milk adulterated, you must try out this olive oil on anything, on the scrambled eggs, on the fry. You can cook the fry with the oil, but this olive oil is next level. If you taste it against any other olive oils available here in the UK, well, other than the one you have in your own box, you'll see the difference, the stand up in quality. And the way sometimes to do that is you just pour a little bit into a dish side by side, stick your finger in like that, or dip a bit of bread in, and then you know that this is outstanding. And we've been supporting Frank, and Frank has been supporting the olive oil, the olive tree growers for 2015, I think, for a very long time. No, it is outstanding quality. I have it. I have poached eggs. I'm also sort of an advocate of responsible drinking. And I think people should take that, this year, just to slow down a bit, Matt. And it's not about getting on the sauce early. It's a marathon, not a race or sprint. And it is a race, though. And I like to take it all nice and slowly, nice coffee in the morning. But this on anything, olive oil on, poached eggs, scrambled eggs, over the smoked salmon, toast sourdough and a bit of rock salt. And olive oil is just fantastic. So you got to try it. I have no doubt in my mind that all of you viewers will appreciate the cultural or the gastronomic treat you found in your case with this olive oil over fizz as you vote for olive oil. Thank you, Kate.
Oh, you know what, Ray, you might have me there. There's a lot of love for the oil in the chat too. Andrew said the oil is excellent. I've made last year's last until today. Fantastic.
Well, it's happy hour, Andrew.
Perfect timing, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So, vote with your stomach. I encourage you, not with
I have to say it is excellent oil, isn't it? And we've looked around, we've tried different ones, but Frank's always comes up trumps, and it is phenomenally good oil. Exactly. But obviously, it's the big day. You deserve to treat yourself with a quality bottle.
Fine quality, Spanish olive oil. Yeah, from Tarragona, outside south of Barcelona. It's incredible. Yeah, go along. So let's see what the results say. They must be coming in any minute now, unless Laura's tweaking them in the background like she was.
Oh, Matt.
That is surprising. But
landslide, but I don't know, 20% of people still, right? Yeah,
no, and it is to the 20%. I say to you, good on you. Keep up the strong fight, the good fight for olive oil, and responsible drinking. And that's it. Take care of yourself. Yeah, that's
You're right.
Do both. Lash it on your eggs, and wash it down with a delicious glass of fizz.
Yeah, that's what Andrew and Jane said. Both. We're going to drink the fizz while eating eggs with the olive oil. Perfect.
All is resolved. Perfect.
Sorted. Okay. Oh, awesome. So it's one all. So we can start getting juicy soon. So Christmas dinner, the main event, and we've got 2 rounds for Christmas dinner. So I'm going to invite you for the first round to choose a white wine, and for the second round we will choose a red wine. And actually, for those of you in the chat, if you have the all red or the all white version of the Christmas case, there might be 1 or 2 wines in this bit that aren't in your case, but fear not, because there will be there's a red category and a white category. So Christmas dinner, I don't know about you, but this year, I mean, it's a feast, isn't it? This year I'm having turkey. We're also going to have some gammon, some ham. And for me, Christmas dinner is all about all of the trimmings. So your roasties, your sprouts, your red cabbage, all of that stuff. Please let us know in the chat all of your favourite sides. I'm on the lookout for a cracking sprout recipe, because I am on sprout duty this year and I want to impress. So please, please, recommendation for sprouts. Your main event, and I think there's so much build up and pressure on this one big dinner of the year. It's a lot of pressure. You want a cracking wine. So first of all, I'm going to ask Matt what white wine you are going to be drinking with your Christmas dinner this year. I'd love to know what you're eating too.
Ooh, well, this is a tough one, really, to choose out of this box of delights. Well, this year we're going to be having some roast beef. We like to alternate through the different Christmas dinners from year to year. Last year, would you believe, we had a cockerel, which was delicious. I highly recommend if you haven't tried. But this year we're going to go for a classic roast beef. It's a great opportunity to eat Yorkshire puddings mainly, which I absolutely love. And then we're going to get all the trimmings, autumnal vegetables, parsnips, red. I'm a massive fan of red cabbage, so we'll have a bit of that. But before we do that, I think we're going to have a little light starter, maybe a few salad leaves, a bit of walnut oil, and a little bit of pate or something like that. Nothing to take up too much of our appetite, but just a amuse-bouche, as the French like to call them. Anyway, this for my choice for the white, I'm actually going to head off to Portugal, and I have opted for Luís Vieira's Tejo Branco. So it's a white wine from a slightly different region. You may not have heard of it, but the region is the Tejo, named after the Tejo River. And Luís is focusing more and more of his time there. It's a blend of indigenous Portuguese varieties. And what Portugal does is it delivers in just phenomenal bang for buck. The wines have individuality, presence. It's really fresh and vibrant. It's got great minerality. It's a really stylish wine. If you're having some guests or family and you want to impress them, then this is a really, really stylish white wine. Luís been making wine for Naked since the beginning. He's an absolute legend, and he's come up trumps with this wine. If you're having smoked salmon, again, just got the freshness, the delicacy. This is a really stylish white wine. So I urge you to look at Portuguese wines in particular for value and quality. And this white wine will absolutely deliver on Christmas Day. So there you go. Vote Luís Vieira.
Luís. Might be sold on that one. Before we go on to you, Ray, I'm getting so much wonderful inspiration. I can't keep up. I hope we can save all of the comments because there's so many great tips for sprouts.
Lots of food.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people cook them in the air fryer, which is genius. And I got an air fryer this year, so I might have to give that a go. Lots of love for like the pancetta, streaky bacon, chestnuts, and Nikki on Facebook said sprouts, shred them, pan fry them in a little water and butter, then add some crispy smoked bacon when cooked and finish with some fresh parsley. That sounds so yummy. I want to I'm going to have a sproutathon between now and Christmas and try and find the best sprout recipe. And also Daryl, genius. So for starter on Christmas Day, you'll have Yorkshire pudding for starters.
Man after my own heart.
I mean, who needs a posh like pate or something when you can just have a giant Yorkshire pudding? Awesome.
Phenomenal. Great effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray, over to you. What is your white wine of choice for your big main event?
Well, I should know where it is right now. I have to think about it. If I don't find it, I can just tell you about it. I should know it. Oh, here we go. No, it's not. Is it Dom's Terra Bianca? Where did this be? Yeah, I thought it was in there. Yeah, no, it is in here. God, I thought it was one case. So, Dom Hentel Terra Bianca. Now, Dom has been with us since the very beginning, and he's an English winemaker, flying winemaker, but he bases himself and makes wine primarily in Puglia in the south, as well as Burgundy. But there's nothing this man doesn't know about the old vines down in Puglia. This is a blend of grapes, including Malvasia. His Fiano, I think, was second best seller on our Christmas tour. This wine is perfect though for Christmas meal if you're having, let's just go general and say turkey. Now turkey, it's not as rich as goose, it's not as sort of simplistic as chicken. It has a little bit more character to it, a little bit more warmth as you it depends on what you're cooking it or how you're cooking it. But the Fiano has a richness to it, and once you let it sort of warm up in the glass, you want to serve it chilled but not too cold, and it gives a really textural, silky, decadent, voluptuous mouthfeel to it. So versus any other white in the case, I think this is the one where you sort of like break out the big guns, no expense spared, and to treat everyone equally. As I said earlier about Francois' wine, it's not too acidic in one way, it's not too oaky in another way. It's just right, for just a real sort of crowd pleaser. But it is, in my opinion, is probably one of the most premium whites in the case, and that is why I'd be drinking that on Christmas Day, along with turkey and some nut roast as a mixed table of veggies and non-veggies. Yeah.
Oh, another tough call. So we get the poll up and see.
Delicious wine.
Whilst we're waiting for you to vote for your winner of the Christmas dinner table white, Joanne Blakeman has just really made me giggle. She said, the cat just knocked over my G&T. If she's not careful, she'll be my Christmas dinner. Have you got any cat pairing?
Not sure what we'd recommend for cat actually, but
we would animal rights.
I just saw somebody in the chat asking what would the Luis Vieira go with in terms of vegetarian food. It's really delicious and crisp and fresh and floral. I think it would go great with a nice tart made with some asparagus, something almost not summery, but something a little bit lighter and less kind of heavy and big, robust autumny vegetables. It's a bit lighter, it's more green veg. Delicious.
Oh, Ray! Ray's won. And Ray, you've also won on Facebook. So Ray with the Terra Bianca. Congrats.
Well, we are fortunate, we are blessed, and I'd like to thank the Academy.
Hand it to Dom.
Yeah, my parents, the Academy, and Dom Hentel, specifically Dom Hentel, for making this wine. Otherwise, it would not be possible. So thank you. And great.
I mean, it's a cracking wine. There's a reason why it's one of our best-selling white wines, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Before we go on to the red
wine, knows what he's doing.
There's been a lot. I'm loving all the sprout chat, but I thought it might be fun to do a little poll to see what we're all having to eat this on the big day. So yeah, are you going sort of turkey, nut roast, or another veggie option? Stick it in the chat and let us know what you're having. Freezer surprise, yeah, or something else. Let us know in the chat because it's great to get a bit of inspo. And if you do vote freezer surprise, I'd love to know what your freezer surprise is. Oh, lots of goose, capon, beef Wellington. Oh, beef Wellington, duck.
That's a bit of work, doesn't it? That's a bit of effort. Rewarding.
Lots of ribs of beef. Oh,
Lots of ribs, including us.
No freezer surprise. Lots of turkey, but yeah, a lot of people having beef, duck, venison. Oh, a massive
Nobody dipping into the freezer.
Yeah.
Not on this time. No, there's no recession. There's no hard times. Everything's good. Let's go.
Oh gosh, there's so many different ones.
Showed a couple of votes for lamb.
There's too many things to pair with.
Scottish lobster.
Yes. Delicious.
Okay.
It's still quite boring with my turkey now. Okay, shall we move on to the red wines for the main event? So yeah, I don't know about you guys, but when it's Christmas dinner, we definitely open more than one bottle, and it's lovely to have a long leisurely dinner with friends and family. So yeah, it's lovely to open both a red and a white. So Ray, what red wine is going to be gracing the O'Connor Christmas table this year?
Well, let me see. So, yeah, I think, as you said, Kate, we will open more than one, but just like the Terra Bianca, there's no messing about. When it comes to Christmas Day, what you really want is the big guns, and this is the Hacienda Don Hernan Gran Reserva 2014 Rioja, and this is an absolutely beautiful wine. It's filled with freshness, so some Rioja Reserva, Gran Reserva can be quite... they love the oak a little bit too much that it dries out and you're left with nothing. Plenty of people like a nice oaky wine to go with their meal, but the oak only sort of supports the wine, and what you get instead is a lovely freshness, vibrancy. So you still get that crisp red fruit from the Tempranillo at a high altitude in Rioja Alavesa. Now, what you must bear in mind when you're eating a roast, whether it's turkey or roast beef or nut roast, is everything else that is on the plate. So you have the main meal, the main meat, but then you have the spuds, the sprouts, the turnips. Do we have turnips? We used to have turnips, and I don't think many people eat turnips anymore, but swede, a little bit turnips, swede, parsnips, and so forth. And then you drown it all in a lovely gravy, and then you put a little smidge of cranberry sauce on the side, and then you put another whack of horseradish on the other side, and in the end you don't know if you're coming or you're going for all the flavors. And what a Rioja Reserva, aged 8 years, this mellowness just sort of sits like a nice blanket above the whole lot and just goes, it'll be all right, kids, you're all a bit of a chaotic mess, but this will carry you through dessert. And that's why you really need to open it about 30-45 minutes in advance, just so it sort of clicks. It's been in bottle for a while, it's been in oak for a very long while, and it just needs to sort of come around to the chaos of your dining room on Christmas Day. But this is perfect. It is really like a number one, perfect. The style, the quality, and actually, because you're worth it. You've worked hard. It's been a tough year, and open something smashing like this on Christmas Day. Vote Rioja. 8
years of age. That's quite incredible.
Yeah, not as old as Macaulay Culkin when he got left at home, but in the same age area.
Perfectly on theme. Love it. Matt, what have you got? What are you cooking on Christmas Day, and what red wine are you going to be enjoying it with?
Yeah, well, as I said, we're going to be having rib of beef. I'm really looking forward to it this year. I haven't played it safe with my choice here like Ray has with the Rioja. I can't get enough of it. Portugal, once again, can you believe it? Two Portuguese choices. We put 2 amazing Portuguese wines in this year's Christmas case. So for my wine choice, I'm going for the Lusco Fusco. And just check out that beautiful label. Absolutely phenomenal. Of course, it's what's inside that matters. I've seen lots of great chat also from people who have opened this wine and really enjoyed it. Lusco Fusco refers to the sort of dying light when the light is fading in Portugal across the sea. And it's the sort of end of the golden hour and everything's orange and warm. And this is a really warm, spicy, rich, comforting red wine, perfect for winter, perfect for your Christmas Day meal. So it actually comes from the Algarve region in Portugal. Not so well known maybe for winemaking, more for your summer holiday. But you get the lovely, it's the Atlantic Sea there, and that gives lovely cool nights to keep beautiful freshness in the wine. But it's quite a warm, sunny place. Again, it's your classic Portuguese grape varieties, Touriga Nacional, which you may know is one of the main grapes in port in the Douro. But here it makes a lovely, spicy, rich, robust red, perfect for all of those wintry vegetables, dark autumnal, maybe a bit of beef, lamb. But because it's also a little bit fresh, it would go great with turkey as well. It's, again, it's quite versatile and it's going to please everyone. Plus, you get to discover something a little bit different on Christmas Day. So go for Portugal.
Oh.
It is a great wine. We were lucky to have that included in this year's case. And actually, it's our first wine from the Algarve. And vibrant and fresh. It's delish. Yeah.
A lot of love for the Lusco Fusco in the chat. I think Laura mentioned that she was drinking it with jackfruit fritters, which they sound delicious. Andy was drinking it now. So yeah,
excellent.
Lots of wine. And there's a few people commenting on your disappearing bottles, Matt. And Neil said disappearing bottles of wine.
Oh yeah.
Me too. Me too, Neil.
It's an amazing. I don't know what's going on because, as you know, this is just my normal living room. I'm sat by my lovely roaring fire. I've put my decorations up. I can't understand what's going on with these bottles.
Oh, the results are in. Oh, Ray.
Not so many people willing to take the risk.
Okay, Matt, fear not. There are still, well, it could still be a draw. And actually, we haven't got the do we have the Facebook results? Did Ray win on Facebook? We'll call. Yeah.
I feel a bit like Germany right now, just about to crash out.
Scores on the door. Scores on the door. Matt, you won on Facebook. So we're going to call it a draw. We're going to call it a draw because we've got 2 rounds left, and then we'll have unless we have any other draws, we'll have a definite winner. So yeah.
Good on you, Facebook fans.
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, thanks, Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Somebody's saying VAR, surely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what's the bigger audience, Facebook or Zoom?
Oh no, let's not get into that. Fake news. Right. Okay, we're on to round number 5. And it feels kind of funny saying this. I'm so used to saying the Queen's speech, but round number 5 is the King's speech. So in the Keogh household, what we usually do is we have our lunch fairly early-ish, and then we'll try and wrap everything up by the time that the Queen's speech, or this year the King's speech, comes on, and we'll sit down. We might have a lovely cheese board, maybe some pudding, our Christmas pud, and yeah, I'm really excited to get a bit of inspiration of what we should be drinking this year to raise a toast to our new king. So Ray, let's go with you first on this one. What are you going to be drinking whilst you're watching the King's speech this year?
Well, I'm going to be dipping into, let me just see, have I got it here? I'm trying to find where I have my, I'm going to have gin, actually. I'm not sure this way, but yeah, here's the gin. So I'm going to have gin and I'm going to pour a glass now. So the gin, typically enjoyed by Her late Royal Highness, the Queen. I'm sure Charlie would be, fresh behind the ears and new into the job, keen to impress the new audience. He's still on a 3-month probation. He has everything to prove. And so this is the Irish Garden Gin from Shortcross. It's from County Down. And those royalists amongst you will know that King Charles is a keen gardener. Yes, he is. And he and this has been picked from the 500-acre estate of David and Fiona Boyd Armstrong in County Down. And it includes blackberries and pears and apples. But really, some of those characters come through in this gin. But I think it's mostly you get cardamom, juniper. I've gone with the sort of budget condiment of lemon here, rather than our production budget didn't stretch as far as going to Waitrose or a fresh garden centre to get something like we were saying yesterday, just earlier we were talking about, you might peel a bit of orange, burn the skin and release, as you said last night, Mike, the oils to just really penetrate the gin and lift it up like that. So I'll be in Ireland, and but I will sit down at 3 o'clock just for a sit down, at least, and a break from everything, and turn on the goggle box and raise a toast to the new fellow West, and wish him all the best in the new job, and hopefully he lasts longer than a British Prime Minister and is here this time next year. But so that's what I'll be drinking gin at 3 p.m. See you there. We're all.
It's going to be tough to beat. Lots of people have already cracked open the gin in the box already. Lots of love for the gin. Ray, what tonic would you recommend? Anyone in particular?
Well, I think as a middle ground, and then you can go left or right. But Fever Tree, this is the one I've used here, Fever Tree. But as I think you said, Stefan Lismond, our king gin maker, no pun intended, down in Barcelona, he often suggests the Mediterranean, the blue label, the lighter style. Generally, you're just trying to you're trying to let the gin itself, the base, do the majority of the speaking, and the tonic is a sort of a lubricant of it, an extension of it, and that's there to sort of like carry and lift up the botanicals. So the least strong tonic water. I don't want to get sued by Schweppes, but I'm not a fan of Schweppes. Yeah.
If anybody else has tried the gin with any special tonics, do shout. Someone mentioned ginger ale, I think.
Ginger ale. Ginger ale is very tasty. Yeah, fresh ginger ale is very good at that.
Some of the guys still buying the tonic that we had in last year's Christmas box. You may remember the Bermondsey tonic, which was the natural quinine bark and that deep amber color is absolutely delicious.
Yeah, and that is for like a whole level of it's basically, you know, it's your, when you go into the coffee world of V60 or AeroPress, that's really when you go into the gin advocates, and that's where that Bermondsey tonic belongs as well. Yeah, so there we go. Matt,
tough act to follow there, Matt. What have you got for us?
Nice freshener, isn't it? A G&T. Well, we'll have finished our meal before the King's speech. Sorry, I almost said Queen, but by force of habit there as well. So we would have had all our food, and we will follow that with a delicious cheese course, and then maybe just a little sliver of Christmas pudding. I am so excited this year that we've finally been able to include a sauterne in this year's Christmas box, and this stuff truly is the amber nectar. It is sensational. I'm a massive fan. So this comes from Lucien Lurton. The Lurtons are storied family in Bordeaux winemaking, and so what sauterne has as a dessert, so it's quite sweet, a dessert wine, but what it has is this lovely bitter orange marmalade kind of tweak to it, which keeps everything fresh and nice lively acidity. So great with the cheese board. Normal red wine doesn't handle cheese generally that well, so you could either go for a nice dry white wine, or you could go for something delicious like sauterne, which would go beautifully with the cheeses. Then it would match perfectly with your little sliver of Christmas pud. And then just make sure you leave a nice little glass of this stuff just to slump down in your chair and watch Charlie's inaugural address to the nation, and just have a little bit more of this beautiful amber nectar just to sip in your glass and just lubricate your vocal cords before the game of charades starts happening afterwards. Delicious.
This is a game of charades.
Oh my goodness, I haven't tried the Sauterne yet, but Matt, I'm sold. There's some amazing.
You haven't. It's beautiful.
Victor said a bit of Sauterne poured on ice cream. That sounds divine.
Yeah.
And Barbara has already drunk hers on Thanksgiving with pumpkin pie. So yeah, I need to get myself a bottle of that.
Excellent.
So who gets your vote?
Delicious.
Is it going to be Ray with his gin or Matt with the Sauterne? Oh,
Sauterne.
Wow. Sold.
You've done yourselves proud there, audience.
Oh.
There you go. Congratulations, Matt. That is a strong win. That's
really strong, especially up against the gin. Wow. Which means it's all to play for in this final round. So yeah, the score is it's I'll call it 3-3 because you both got a point on the previous round. So
sorry, have we heard from Facebook yet?
Oh goodness. Matt won on
Facebook's
Facebook
currently down, I believe.
Matt won on Facebook too. Yeah.
Right. Oh my goodness, what a landslide.
Somebody just put up, sorry to interrupt, but I just love the sound of that recipe. It was Sauterne poured over steamed apricots and mascarpone cheese, which just sounds absolutely divine. So I'm going to try that.
I think we're going to need more than one bottle to do all of these lovely.
Yeah, that's the problem. Only a half.
So we've got one last round, but before we kick off the final round, just a reminder to pop any questions you have in the Q&A section, and we'll try and keep 5 or so minutes at the end to answer any of your random festive questions, whether it's about food pairings, any of the wines in the box that we've not touched on this evening yet, the wine saver, the vacuvan. Stick any questions in and we'll answer a few after this last round. Okay, so final round number 6, and it is Boxing Day. And I don't know about you guys, for me, Boxing Day is the best day of like the whole of Christmas, because I think all of the kind of craziness and like build up of Christmas Day and the stress, it's over and you can finally relax. And for me on Boxing Day is all about relaxation. It's all about the leftovers, spending the day in your comfy clothes, like feasting on like loads of delicious leftovers. All of my favorites like Bubble and Squeak, all of the cold cuts, turkey curry, all of the leftover cheese. But I think there's so much food, it's quite hard to know what wine to open. So I'm looking to you guys to help me find the perfect wine for the Boxing Day feasting. So Matt, what are you going to be cracking open on Boxing Day?
I think you've summed it up perfectly there, Kate. It's a fantastic day, isn't it? It's after the big event, you're a bit cabin fever. I don't know about you, but I've had a bit of cabin fever on Christmas Day. I love it. It's a great license to just sort of eat loads and drink a bit and play games and be inside. But I get a bit of cabin fever, and then we all go out generally on Boxing Day. We get out in the elements. I make sure the kids get a few steps in. They usually whinge about doing it, but we push them out the front door into the icy blast and get them walking around Bushy Park on our doorstep. And then we come back and we just lay everything out on the table. We've got all of the cold meats. We've got cold roast potatoes, which are just, going mad for. And then we get maybe some cornichon, some little pickles, piccalilli, everything out, big smorgasbord of delights. So again, you need something. And the other thing you need, maybe a little bit, you need a little bit of a pep up, I think. You might be a little bit sort of worse for wear after the big day. You've overindulged a little bit. You need something that's going to freshen you up a bit, something that's going to go with all of those delicious cold meats and stuff, and something that's also going to give you a bit of a warm up after you've been out in that the elements for your walk. So I have opted for, sorry if it keeps disappearing, Camille's Secret. And this is from Dennis Crespo in the Rhone. So new one from him. He was your shortlisted winemaker of the year, very closely beaten by Eddie, but wonderful, wonderful winemaker. Has been doing great things for us since we started working together about four or 5 years ago. So this is just I say just, it is just a Côte de Rhône. It's your good, honest Côte de Rhône, but it's all the better for it. It's just delicious, bright, primary red fruit flavors, juicy, vibrant raspberries, strawberries. It's nothing too challenging. It's not too structured. It's soft and supple. It's got a bit of that peppery spice that comes from the southern Rhone, that Grenache in there. It's expertly made by Dennis, and it would just go brilliantly with all of those cold cuts on Boxing Day. Warm the cockles a little bit from the spice, and just please everyone. So go for Dennis.
Oh, beautiful label too. I love Dennis's wines, and I haven't tried this one yet. I love the name. Who do we know who Camille is and what her secret is? Or is it?
Well, I think we've just given away her secret, which is I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
I'm going to make it my mission to find out. I'm going to text Dennis after this and find out.
Yeah.
Lots of love for Camille's secret. Nicola, they're drinking it right now with their chili. Fantastic. Okay, Ray, what are you opening on Boxing Day? This is going to be the decider round, the last wine of the night.
We have this fantastic goodie box here, and which you will have at home already. But I'm going to, with no pun intended, genuinely, but it is boxed wine for Boxing Day. And the reason why this is your new best friend post December 25th is the versatility, the sustainability, the flexibility of it. And it first and foremost, as you said earlier, Matt, it is what is inside the box or bottle that matters. And this is Christian Patat's best-selling wine. Naked Wine's best-selling wine. It's a wine you love since we put it on the website about 2015, something like that. And it's from Puglia, the south of Italy. It's a blend, so lightly apacite. So basically, the grapes dry. They cut the vine, the stalk. It hangs, it dries, and it sort of shrivels into a raisin. So you're sort of going towards the flavors and the decadence of a Christmas pudding, where you have raisin sultanas and all the other gubbins in a nice heated up, warm, gooey and delicious pud. And this could equally go with leftover Christmas pudding, but it's so smooth. You know it already. I barely need to describe the wine because I know you all know it already. But the reason why it works for Christmas or for Boxing Day, I beg your pardon, is as soon as you've walked the dogs and whatever animals that need a walk, the snake is out in the garden and hopefully comes back. You get back inside, you get back under a blanket, and you stick on all the repeats on the telly box, and you don't need to move from there. Little drips, little sups of this wine. And if anyone happens to drop in, you can pour them something that you can say hand on heart. This is lighter in weight than 3 bottles, so it's a sustainable. It's rich and widely pleasing to all. You can say you discovered it first because you've been with Naked for so long. And if you're new to Naked, it's something you can introduce to everybody. So without doubt, you have to go with Christian Patat on Boxing Day. It is the comfort blanket of the case that I strongly endorse. So vote Appassionamento.
I mean, it's very on brand for Boxing Day, Ray. A cracking wine. There's so much love for the box in the chat now. A lot of people have opened it already, and the best thing about it is that if you've opened it now, it will still be fresh and delicious on Boxing Day.
Going strong on Boxing Day. You get your last slurp.
If there's any left
from the couch, you can have the last slurp poured into your mouth, just like that. Get the dregs out, drug it away, and change the channel. Yeah, it's perfect.
So who
do remember, if you've already drunk the box, you have to vote for my choice, I think.
This is about Boxing Day appreciation. The Boxing Day Appreciation Society has been founded.
Just looking at your empty box on Boxing Day. Appreciating
remembering the good times of December 1st. Yeah.
Remembering.
Oh, Ray.
Oh, there we go.
And Ray, I've also got you've also won on Facebook. Ray
Oh,
is
well.
our winner.
I'm not surprised with naked favourite Christian in your corner. I think it was a bit of a fait accompli there.
Well, you know,
Well,
exactly. We are mere disciples, Matt, of our winemakers, sent forth to broadcast the news.
Indeed.
We are the three kings marching
The good
towards
word.
the altar of the 25th and the days that surround it. So anyway, thank you to the winemakers. Yeah, they've done a great job. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
And I think that result on the Sauternes was worth yeah, that
I'll take that.
one.
May I ask now, Kate, and just share with our customers, please, will you let us know once you've opened the Sauternes, will you please comment on the wall of the Sauternes and tell us, you know, would you like to see this wine again at Christmas? Because when we're looking at the Christmas case each year, we're unsure. Do you want port? We're not sure. Do you want sweet wine? Would you rather neither of the above? None of the above. But so let us know, because Sauternes is like the creme de la creme of sweet wine, and we think if we're going to go in, let's go in at the great quality. So let us know if Sauternes is your thing. Equally, if you know you don't like sweet wine at all, you can gift it, and then look at the face of the recipient, and if they put on a fake smile like, oh, thank you, then it's probably a no. But if they really show delight, then let us know.
Fantastic. So we've got a few minutes left, so should we do a few Q&As? I think I can see there's loads of questions in the Q&A box, so we'll try and get through as many of these as we can. We'll do a quick fire Q&A round, so please stick any of your festive questions in the box. Just on the topic of the Sauternes, there were a few questions. I noticed a few down earlier. Mel, there's someone anonymous. Everyone's asking, how do we serve the Sauternes? Should it be really cold or closer to room temperature? Other than pouring it over apricots and mascarpone, if you're going to drink it, how should you drink it?
I'm of the camp where you drink it a bit like sparkling wine. Unlike white wine, which sort of, you know, benefits from opening up a bit, sweet wine is on the more chilled camp. So, you know, straight from the fridge, and then you sip it. Basically, it is so sweet, you know, that when it's chilled, you almost don't notice the sweetness. You just get the crispness, and it almost comes across sometimes like a fruity white wine. So yeah, nice and chilled from the fridge, and pour it over whatever you want, but nice and chilled from the fridge.
Oh, delicious. So Jonathan has asked, which one of these awesome wines are particularly veggie relevant? I think, Ray, you've got some veggies in your household. What would be a good veggie pairing if you're serving up a veggie option on Christmas?
Yeah, you know, actually, Matt's Lusco Fusco, I think, is a great one. Of course, it depends on how you cook the veg. You know, if you're grilling it, if you're stewing it, and if you're roasting it, all different flavor profiles come out just like that. So, but let's take two wines, for example, the Lusco Fusco and the Rioja Gran Reserva. Lusco Fusco is more, there's some black fruit, but it's fresh and it's vibrant. So that's there. You're in the more the grilled character. So it's grilled aubergine and that kind of thing. And then if you're in a roasted environment with the veg, the Rioja Gran Reserva opened 45 minutes in advance. It has a mellowness, and the roast veg just sort of goes into a softness. Actually, it actually brings out the sugars of the natural sugars of the veg, and that's where I think the Rioja Reserva. So it depends on how you're cooking it, and you have 25 days of trial and error to mess about in the kitchen and see what flavors you're looking for as you test.
Fantastic. Jane has asked about the wine stopper, the vacuvan. Could one of you give us a bit of a demo of how it works? Because I think, it looks the part, but how exactly does it work, and how long does it keep the wine fresh for?
Well, I will try and give you a demonstration. Things have got a nasty habit of disappearing in front of me in this household, which is quite bizarre. But anyway, there we go. So we're really pleased to be able to put this vacuvan gift in the box. It's not your average, if you've seen them before, they're usually the sort of black plastic one. This is a special stainless steel version, and it's really really fantastic. So if you haven't seen one of these before, they've been around for quite a while. It's a wine saver, and in the pack. So firstly, you've had your bottle of bubbles on Christmas morning, not your olive oil, and you have left a little bit in the bottle maybe. So in the box comes this stopper, and that can go onto the bottle of fizz and clips under the sort of the bit at the top, and it keeps it fresh. So that's included in that gift set. And then you get excuse me, 2 of these rubber stoppers in your set. And if you've got a bit of leftover wine, there you go. You simply put the stopper in the top of the bottle, and you would just pump it until you hear relatively audible click, and it resistance. There you go. You can hear it clicking, and that just takes all the air out of the bottle. And that will preserve the wine for a good up to a week, really, in the fridge. So it's absolutely great option if you just want to open a bottle, try a glass each. You don't have to worry about it. You just put it in the fridge, and you can drink it over the course. Maybe between Christmas and New Year when you're maybe not drinking so much, whatever. But it's fantastic. And if you don't feel the need, it would make an absolutely great gift if you've forgotten somebody at the last minute. Quickly wrap that up and give it to them. That's a great gift for any wine lover.
Oh, thanks for that, Matt. Great demo. Now, I think we've got time for 1 or 2 more. Oh my goodness, there's so many. This is an interesting one. Karen asks, do you feel pressure when going to friends and family with picking your wine choice, given that you are Naked's wine guys? Is there a lot of expectation? Do you turn up case in hand? How do you pick?
I love wine a lot. So we say in Irish, "Erogla na hogla." That's Gaelic for fear of the worst. But that sounds a bit more dramatic. But in Ireland, you just say it more sort of casually, like "Erogla na hogla." You just go, just in case. And so I always turn up with wine just in case it turns into a big session. And so I bring wine, but not to dominate the whole experience, but just to go when the wine runs out. It goes, I've got a couple of bottles here. So I'm rarely without, I would say.
Fantastic. And let's do one.
Yeah,
more.
same for me.
Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, it's all about variety. It's all about variety, isn't it? I don't often feel pressure. I just pick a few things that I like the look of, or like the sound of, or I've enjoyed, and other people have to like them. Maybe not.
And I just bring wine all the time because I love it. And my friends love it too. Fantastic. I've just realized the time, so we probably should wrap it up there. But yeah, I just wanted to end by saying congratulations, Ray, on your big win. We will make sure you're welcome and all the meetings tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone that's turned out tonight. And yeah, it's been a really, really fun, fantastic evening. It feels like the start of Christmas. It's turned into quite a lovely tradition that we look forward to every year. So thank you so much. I hope you had found some helpful tips about some of the wines in your box. And yeah, don't forget to hop online and let the winemakers know if you enjoyed them. I know they love to hear from you, and it's a big buzz for a winemaker to know that one of their wines was enjoyed on your Christmas dinner table this year. So please do let them know, and let us know too. So yeah, thank you guys, and congrats, Ray, and thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate, for adjudicating a fair fight.
Yeah, and you carried us all, represented the people as best you could. Did fantastic evening. Thank you very much, Kate, and thank you everyone for attending. We will see you not as late as this time next year. We'll see you sooner than that. But thanks for tuning in. All the very best.
Thanks all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.